Today we're inside the bus installing the insulation on the floor and the subfloor on top of it. We're going to use lag bolts to secure everything down. If you've enjoyed our videos, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that like button.
I am Victoria.
And I'm Rory, and these are our two dogs, Misty and Kita. We live in beautiful British Columbia, Canada.
We are converting our 2004 Thomas bus, named Freedom 25, into our home on wheels so that we can get out, explore, adventure, and do more of the things we love. Because experiences are more sacred than materials.
Say that again.
I'm going to put 6 holes in this one. These ones have 4. So the next 3 holes I'm going to patch here is this one, and that one. So use these small ones here to cover these, and big one here up that hole. Okay, so with this one here, I'm going to use this hole that's already here. I'm just going to drill it out a little bit better. And then what I found is before I was using a Sharpie to put dots on here for where the drill holes need to be, but they never really lined up afterwards. So what I found that's easier to do instead is just drill a hole, put a rivet in, drill another hole, put a rivet in, and make sure you put sealant on too. So I'm just gonna line this up. Okay, now I'm going to put sealant on here. Okay, so I'll just use the stuff that leaked out. I've just been using this to kind of goop it on.
And while she does this, I'll just tell you this product is just something we had sitting around in our basement, and we're just using it because it's what we have.
Yeah, and it's not pretty.
Oh, it is not pretty at all.
It's gross. Okay, so let's do that. And then it doesn't really matter what hole, as long as it lines up here. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I'll just shove a rivet through. There we go. And then after, I'll clean up all the gunk. Okay, let's do this one now. Up here. Okay, these are the last 2 holes that I need to patch. So I have a patch here for this one, and a patch here for this one. So those will go on like that. These are the last ones, so I've already done 5 other ones at the front. Next, what I'm going to be doing is taking some tape, some aluminum tape, I think is what it is, and patching these little holes here. A lot of people use pennies, but we're going to use aluminum foil tape, I think is what it's called, to patch all these holes. But first I'll have to vacuum out the whole bus because it's really dirty. It's full of leaves and dirt and everything else that's been in here. So yeah, I'll definitely vacuum the floor first, and then I'm probably going to either mop or use a cloth to clean up the areas around the holes so that it sticks on well. And we'll see how that goes. It is a pretty warm day today, so it should stick well. Okay, so today I'm going to be patching all these little holes here along the bus. That's where the seats were before. So you can see the holes go all the way to the front there. So what I'm using to patch these holes, first I'm cleaning it with a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and a rag. And then I'm using this aluminum tape to cover the holes. I've already covered these ones here. It's sticking really good actually. And I think that will work to cover the holes. So let's get started. Okay, so this aluminum foil has actually been covering the holes really well. It's sticking really well. Yeah, it sticks really well. So this should work to cover all of those holes. We are also going to be putting foam insulation in the floor here. So that will also help cover these holes too. We're not putting wood directly onto this metal. There will be a layer of foam as well.
Hey, today we're going to be installing our insulation on our floor and then the subfloor plywood on top of it. We're going to be starting from the back and working our way forward. Let's do it. We're using the GPS, which is graphite polystyrene, and we're using it because it has a really high R value per inch, and also it lasts a long time, not like the pink or blue stuff that you see will start to lose its R value over time, and it's actually pretty bad for you inside the bus. It can off-gas, and we don't want that in our bus at all. So this stuff is a lot better, and it has the plastic coating on it, which is going to make it easier for us to put some tape and seal everything up, because we want to make this bus as sealed as possible to have a nice air barrier to keep the heat in and the cold in during the different seasons. So we're using an R10. Originally I thought we might go with like something like an R15, but I think we're going to be alright with this, and we're not going to lose as much headroom. As you can see, it's 2 1/8 inch. These are 4 foot by 8 foot sheets of graphite polystyrene R10. We really like that it's made in Canada. So all I really need right now is a tape measure and an Olfa knife with a nice long blade on it, so that I can cut the styrofoam where I need to. A lot of people will use like a skill saw or something like that, but when you use a skill saw, it tends to put styrofoam everywhere, and I kind of like the environment, so I'm going to cut it with an Olfa knife. And so because our sheets are 8 feet long and our bus is not, we have to first measure from, I'm going from this little bump in the floor there all the way across the floor to the other one, so that it fits inside those. So we have 88.5. Now that's tight, so I'm going to cut it a tiny bit smaller than that even, just so that I have some room to wiggle it in there. So 87 1/4. And then I'll measure from the back, which I'll also be giving myself a little bit of a gap to put some spray foam in, is a wheel well. 47. All right, let's cut it.
Nice.
The idea is that any gaps that we have on any of the edges of this styrofoam, we're gonna get the little can of spray foam and just seal it all in. That will also keep it from sliding around once we get the plywood on. Right now I'm just going to mark out where I want my lag bolts to go. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start with that and see how that works. All of our plywood all the way to the front is in. We have our little access hatch here. I don't know if I can get it up with my fingers. No, just. So that's our fuel sending unit there. And we will put a piece of insulation in there and then put this back on top and screw it down. We also left a nice spot for the driver's seat there, and we'll bolt that down later on. We're going to do a little bit more work in there, put some flooring in and whatnot. I'll give you a quick little rundown on what I did. I put 9 bolts in each piece of plywood, 1 in the far corner, 1 on the edge in the center, and 1 on the far edge, and then 1, 2, 3 in the middle, and again 1, 2, 3 on the edge. Again, there's the fuel sending unit, so we have access to that. And I've put my seat in. It's not bolted in or anything. But now I am getting ready to put in some spray foam around the edges. I got 3 times, it's called max 3 times fill. It expands to 3 times what it starts out at, and that's perfect for these big gaps that I've left along the sides. So let's get at it. Alright, so it comes with this guy here. You want to put, this straw comes detached, it's usually glued to the side of the can, and you just jam that on there. Once you got this, some of these may look different as well. You might not get one that looks exactly like this. Then you just screw it onto the top, and it will start working as soon as you press that button. So give it a little bit of a shake here and you're good to go. Oh, also you want to keep this can upside down. See? It says right there, this side up during use. So you want to have the can upside down while you're spray foaming. It will just shoot out air if it's upside down, or the right side up like this. It's starting to die out now. When you're getting low on the can's getting low, it will start to come out slower, so just slow down. Give it time to come out. You can hear that right now. It's not coming out as fast. So I'm getting to the end of this can. Sometimes as well, helps to give it a little bit of a shake. Get everything moving in there. You can hear the difference with the new can. And this is just a tight little spot, so I'm just getting little shots in there. And remember, this stuff expands, so you don't need to fill the entire space with it. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you haven't already, hit that like icon, subscribe down below, and drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. And we got a few upcoming videos. We will be prepping for paint soon, so that's exciting. We'll probably have a couple people help us sand the whole bus, as it's a pretty big bus. And then seal all the holes, all that, get all the flashing tape off and all that goodness, and get a coat of primer on. So we're pretty excited about that. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.